Hey guys, Bolt here again for SP Studios. We're just here for the summary of Nancy Drews. So this week was Nancy Drews Center just because I wanted to get it done, and I also didn't want to waste any of my newer content for this week. So next week we have it's going to be the Ron Clark, a summary of the Ron Clark story and some of my thoughts on it. And why we need it to be played more nowadays. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing the first of the. It's going to be a shorter video on the first part of the Curse of Blackmore Manor of the 11th mystery. And then Friday of next week will be my first ever Dokkan Battle history. Great idea, but it's something that it actually takes a lot. When it comes to the Dokkan Battle history video, I already had to do a lot of research. So basically, what I'm going to do with the Dokkan unit stuff is, whenever stuff got first introduced, like the typing of a certain rarity, the first of a character's introduction, like naming wise. Categories, lead skills, passives. Basically, I'm going to be like, this is the first that introduced this certain mechanic, or this certain name, or this certain thing. But anyways, let's get into the summary in 3, 2, spoilers, 1. So basically, Nancy, yet again, is asked to go on a little trip with George and Bess to, I believe it is Bess's Aunt Bess and Uncle's house, which is a little ranch that was pre-owned by, I'm trying to remember this correctly, it is a historical sheriff that had been the father of the love interest or girlfriend of a thought to be Robin Hood thief known as Valentine, I think it is, and Dirk Valentine. Basically, he was basically thinking he was taking from people to give to the poor, when in the end he still stole from people. And also, he did not just steal just from the higher end too, but still, the sheriff has to, do what he can. And his daughter's over here dating. I think it's Francine. I'm not gonna look it up, but his daughter over here dating this wanted criminal, and it's just like basically throughout the thing you're learning the love letters. Their love story. Then you learn that the father was able to eventually intercept a note from Dirk Valentine, where they were going to meet, and it didn't end up getting into his daughter's hands. So he was able to arrest him, and they ended up, because of the time, hang him. So. And because of the hanging, the daughter resented the father and ran away, and left I'm trying to remember. I believe it was not the sister. It was a aunt or cousin. I think it was a cousin. She gave hints of a Dirk Valentine's remaining treasure that he stole that was left for her, and there was clues that were left for her, and she had an idea that he was starting something, but didn't get the first clue that would have set her up for for her own little mystery, which we learn that the father actually intercepted a letter I think it was gonna be like he was trying to Valentine. Dirk was trying to send a letter from jail to her, and he was able to get it, and just he never opened it, but he preserved it. And we find it, and it was the first step to learning where the treasure was. So basically, it's just Robin Hood, convicted felon, is in love with the sheriff's daughter. He finally gets arrested and hanged. Daughter resents father, runs away, and never finds what the treasure of her love was. And basically, our entire Nancy Drew adventure this time is finding these forbidden loves, like breadcrumb trail to like a very romantic, like here's stolen treasure that I want for you. And it's just finding little clues. But the issue is Dirk Valentine's phantom horse apparently came to curse the sheriff's home. And basically there's this shadow horse that, this phantom horse that glowing horse comes galloping by. Whenever it comes by, it does misfortune. When it first came by, which is before Nancy comes by, Bess's uncle gets bitten by a rattlesnake, needing to go to the hospital, so the aunt and uncle aren't there. That means the people of the owners are gone, so whomever the culprit is has a bigger chance to do whatever they need to. But now Nancy's there, and they need to try to scare her off. So, they blow there's the water house, like the pump house, gets blown. Some power gets taken out. They try to scare her more with the horse. And basically it's just like you go looking around for who's the suspect. There is Shorty, who is the friendly cook. For most of the story, he plays as like the humble, no one likes me kind of thing. The only thing really you got against him is when he's gone, you find a mineral map. Then you go to there's Dave, who's like the young cowboy boyfriend ideal, like, ooh, he's handsome kind of thing. He's actually a descendant of the cousin who was given the letters and stuff from Francine or whatever, Francis. So he's looking for the treasure because he technically has history with it, and he's over here following the clues he can find to get to the treasure so he can get it. We do catch him red-handed, but he does say, I will confess to the, it's the Raleighs, I think it is the aunt and uncle. And he's willing to come clean, so he's sounding like a decent guy, but we don't know until the Raleighs come back, which is weird because, like, the uncle gets treated, they keep him, but, like, he doesn't get to have, like, a house rest. But anyways, which is kind of good because who knows what the culprit would have done to the uncle if he came back, or the aunt. Anyways, then there's Tex, which is kind of like so Shorty's the kitchen aide, Dave's like the chicken coop and like handyman, Tex is the horse caretaker. And the only thing you really got for him is that he's the brother of a previous employee, that the Raleighs had to fire due to like slacking or something. Like she didn't do well, and Tex knew it, and he says like, hey, me and her may be siblings, but we don't really get along. And I really didn't want to mention it because I didn't want to be, just because my sister's a bad worker, I don't want to be seen as such. The only other character we meet is Mary Ozzie, which is kind of like I think she's Native American. I think she is Native American because she gives me that vibe. Like she owns like a little shop, and basically she sells like little like what is it called, stones, petrified wood, beads, and all that. Kind of like a more trendy shop. And she and Tex actually are an item, we learn. And what is it? Mariazi gets pieces of like stone and wood from Tex to put in her shop. Um, And so basically, Shorty has a mineral list. Dave has this history with the actual, family. And then you have Tex and Mariazi who have already taken stuff from the property to sell it to this shop. But it's also like the sister might be wanting revenge, and who knows what the true like relationship between Tex and her are. But really, it's kind of just the game isn't about them. Bess and George are stuck in an airport half the game. You can't talk to Ned in this part, which is confusing. I really needed to read the books again, because it's like we've had him in the last few mysteries, and all of a sudden your googly eyes over Dave and all that, like, suspect and all, but still cowboy boyfriend material. I feel like he should have been a part. But we do have the Hardy Boys, which, nothing against Ned. I prefer the Hardy Boys as the male people because they're other sleuths. But we don't really. In my playthrough, I didn't talk to them. The thing about the Hardy Boys is you only talk to them if you want, like, more worldly advice. Where George and Bess, based on where they are in the story, you contact them based on what they're around. Like, hey, we're in the library for this kind of content. So if you want ideas on this content, call us. Like, there's magazines on bead patterns in this game. And that's what George and Bess's entire thing is. So throughout the entire story, it's just George and Bess on the phone. You don't talk to the others. You may talk to the Raleighs every once in a while to give updates on what happened. But it's just like you're taking a horse, riding it around town, figuring out these star-crossed lovers puzzle, and then you might get like some clues on who may be. But in the end, it's just you find a maze that leads to the treasure, which I don't know how Dirk Valentine could have made it so, but he made like a whole chest worth of solid gold hearts. And here's the culprit in 3, 2, 1. Shorty. The nicest are always the worst, but the thing is, there wasn't anything to like, there's no story behind what he did. It's just he has a mineral map. And he isn't, he says he's not, they don't care for what he does for them. Like, he makes the food, he does his best to make like cowboy fire songs in the first night. There's no reason for him to be bad, but anyways, like, me and my friends have been doing all this to try to spook people away so we can rip the ranch house apart to find clues and possibly the treasure. And all I had to do was find Nancy Drew. And that's really it. It's just you find this love story, you find a treasure, you barely learn about anything. Like, there's possibility that I asked a few things. I didn't want to ask people about the Dirk Valentine's treasure, but really it's kind of like the people were kind of useless. You only did do like daily tasks for them, ask them about personal stuff, and that's it. Most of the game was me running around the locations with the horse. Me and Bob been going everywhere. But oh yeah, I don't think they said. I don't think Bob got back, did he? Oh no! Oh no! I hope Bob is okay at the end. I need to look back at the ending. I think. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see here. Blackmore Manor's trailer. Only reason I'm double checking is because okay, so maybe there's 3 horses in the end, so maybe Bob was found and was brought back. Because Shorty scared him off, so I'm hoping Bob's okay. Because that boy was like, for 3 days, listen, you teen sleuth, I need some rest. Listen here, you little bitch, we have a mystery to solve. Get back on that trail. Yes, ma'am. Poor Bob, but Bob was the better part of the story. But anyways, yeah, so it's just star-crossed lovers that were forbidden. Romeo and Juliet situation. Robin Hood over here get caught, hanged, and then leaves a treasure that technically, if it's found out that person would have found it, it has to be reported to even be kept. So it's a little sad that you couldn't learn more about the characters. I bet you could have called the person who's like obsessed with their story and learned more about it, but she only played like 3 to 4 parts. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I need to at least try to get the Ron Clark story done before I need to go to bed. So anyways, bye-bye.